Hey, it's Ryan Poles from the Bears. How you doing?
Good. Good.
You remember what we talked about when we came down there and worked you out?
Yes, sir.
What was that?
You one of the best?
One of the best.
Yes,
You
sir.
ready to put in the work to get to that place?
Yes, sir.
Well, we're going to put your name in here, and you're going to be a Bear.
Talk bad about my team, you must be a clown. This is Keek on the mic, so you know you better bear down. Bear down. Bear down.
Hey, what's going on, Bears fans? Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Keek on the Mic, the podcast all about the Chicago Bears. Like always, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. Make sure you also follow me on all my social media platforms to stay connected with all Keek on the Mic news. Before I go any further with today's episode of Keek on the Mic, I just want to thank every single person that joined the live stream last night for day one of the 2023 NFL Draft. It was a really good time. I hope you guys enjoyed my live reactions of every single pick. I know I cut it off a little bit early, but I hope you enjoyed my candid live reactions of some of the shockers that we saw in last night's NFL Draft. So Bears fans, round one of the 2023 NFL Draft has officially come and gone, and the Bears have gotten their guy. And after trading down one spot where they also received a 2024 fourth round pick, obviously traded down one spot with the Philadelphia Eagles, they ran to the podium and selected offensive tackle Darnell Wright out of Tennessee, which Darnell Wright was a hot commodity coming into the NFL Draft. In the summer of 2022, he shot off draft boards and really became a household name and became a favorite to go in round one. I know a lot of people are saying that Darnell Wright was the best right tackle in the NFL Draft this year, and even Louis Riddick even went as far when the Bears actually picked Darnell Wright, saying that he has the ability to be the best player in this draft. So there were some high regards on the player that Darnell Wright is, and I can tell you right now that the Chicago Bears absolutely got a good one in Darnell Wright. And obviously they filled a major need. Obviously the Chicago Bears offensive line was bad in terms of pass protection. And the good news for the Chicago Bears is that not only did they add a really good player, I think they added a really good guy in Darnell Wright as well that is disciplined and he's going to be coming in ready to work. He's a stud in pass protection. He's also a stud in run blocking as well. So you get the full package when you look at Darnell Wright. And obviously this whole offseason has been about Justin Fields, right? Making sure Justin Fields not only has weapons to throw to, but that he has the proper protection. Everyone knows that Justin Fields was sacked 55 times last year, so it was a no-brainer that the Chicago Bears needed to build the offensive line. So it's good to see that they got Justin Fields some protection, especially looking at a guy like Darnell Wright. So let's go ahead and break down this pick of Darnell Wright. And at the end of this video, I'm also going to give you my grade of this pick. So when you look at his measurables, they're absolutely insane. Darnell Wright stands at 6'5", 333 pounds, and also has long arms with 33-inch arms. When you look at Darnell Wright, he is big, he is long, he's athletic, especially for his size. I mentioned that he is 333 pounds, but when you watch the tape, he moves like he's 300 pounds, right? He's able to get to the second level, has a good initial burst. He's aggressive. He has that nasty edge, which I really like about Darnell Wright. He plays with a persistent physicality. Basically, in so many words, he is everything that Ryan Poles looks for, right, when he's looking to build his offensive line. And I feel like he's going to be a great addition on the right side for the Chicago Bears offensive line. And what really sold me on Darnell Wright, and I'm pretty sure I mentioned this before here on Keek on the Mic, is that he had to go up against some very elite pass rushers while playing at Tennessee. And obviously one of the tapes, if you can go on YouTube right now, one of the tapes that really caught my attention is when he absolutely shut down Will Anderson Jr. Obviously Will Anderson Jr. went number 3 overall to the Houston Texans. He's an excellent pass rusher. I feel like Will Anderson Jr. is going to be a very good player in the NFL for a long time. Darnell Wright absolutely shut Will Anderson down and actually got Will Anderson Jr. very frustrated. And that's just one of the many names that he's actually shut down. There's also some tape, him actually getting his chance to block a guy like Jalen Carter as well. And he did very well against Jalen Carter as well. So he he is the full package, right? Like I said, he's a stud in pass protection. He's a stud in run blocking. But in terms of pass protection, I want to bring up this stat because I feel like it's absolutely mind-blowing. In his last 19 games, Darnell Wright gave up 0 sacks. And that's exactly the type of guy that we need for Justin Fields, the type of guy we need for this offensive line. A guy that's going to keep Justin Fields upright, a guy that's going to keep Justin Fields safe. You know, obviously right tackle was a glaring hole, right? And they definitely got a good one in Darnell Wright. So when you look at the landscape of the offensive line now, it's starting to turn into something special, right? Now you have Darnell Wright, day one starter, impact player at right tackle. You have Nate Davis at right guard, also a very good player. We added him in the offseason. Center is still a question mark. I think we're going to add one today in day 2 of the NFL draft. Obviously, you have Tevin Jenkins at left guard now, right? And then, of course, you have Braxton Jones at left tackle. He played very well, still has a lot of room to improve, but the ceiling on Braxton Jones is really high. So when you look at the Chicago Bears offensive line, when you look at what Ryan Poles is trying to do with the Chicago Bears offensive line, you have a lot of guys that are athletic, big, right, can get to the second level, but also have that nasty physicality to them as well. So it's going to be really fun to see once eventually when we can add a solid center to complete this offensive line. I'm excited of the future for this offensive line, especially when you get a guy like Darnell Wright. Now you have 2 young tackles, right? Because Darnell Wright is only turning, I believe, 22 years old, right? So he's nice and young. He may be turning 23, but all in all, he's still very young. So now you have 2 young, solid tackles, hopefully for the next 10 plus years, right? And that's where it starts, is the tackle position. So I'm pleased that Ryan Poles went out and got their guy. Obviously, a lot of people were kind of making fun of us trading down one spot, especially when Jalen Carter was there. Yes, Jalen Carter is a good player. Yes, it was a risk. Would have been a risk that I've been willing to take? Yeah, it's a possibility that I would have took him. But I think it's also smart to trade down, right? Obviously, it's a next year's 4th. It's going to be a valuable 4th round pick next year. Now we have 2 4th round picks next year, and then you still get your day 1 starter at right tackle, and you feel a huge need by getting Darnell Wright. So I absolutely love what Ryan Poles did yesterday. And people need to understand the landscape, right? This is not the only move that Ryan Poles did during this draft process. Obviously, we traded down from number 1 to number 9. We added DJ Moore. We added a next year's first. We added a 2nd round pick this year. Added a 2nd round pick next year. So when you look at the landscape of what Ryan Poles has done already in this NFL draft, I am pleased, right? We've added multiple draft capital, right, for our rebuild. We added DJ Moore, an instant impact player at wide receiver for Justin Fields, and obviously Darnell Wright, an instant impact player to fill that right tackle need. So, like I said, this offseason has been all about Justin Fields, and Ryan Poles and the Chicago Bears are proving to me that they have all the faith in the world in Justin Fields. So that makes me very happy. So, like I said, going back to Darnell Wright, he is the complete package for the Chicago Bears. Obviously, you get probably the best tackle, right tackle in this draft, so that's good news. You fill a major hole on the offensive line, and you get a guy that is an impact day 1 starter for your franchise. So overall, Bears fans, I absolutely love this pick for the Chicago Bears. Once again, you get a big, long, athletic, true tackle that is stout against the run and the pass, who will start day 1, make this football team a whole lot better, and overall protect our franchise quarterback and Justin Fields. So I absolutely love the pick for the Chicago Bears and getting Darnell Wright at number 10 overall. So overall, I give this pick a grade of a solid A+. So that's just my grade. What grade do you give the pick of Darnell Wright? And do you think Darnell Wright will make an instant impact to this football team? Let me know down below in the comment section. Like I said, we're about to enter day 2 of the NFL draft, where the Chicago Bears have 2 2nd-round picks and 1 3rd-round pick at picks 53, 61, and 64. So still a lot of work to be done. I anticipate that Ryan Poles will possibly add a center in today's draft. I anticipate that he could possibly add a defensive lineman in today's draft. And I also can see Ryan Poles maybe adding 1 more cornerback in today's draft, right? So it's going to be a lot of fun. So make sure you are hitting that subscribe button, hitting the bell notification to get all updates on the NFL draft on this channel. I'll be keeping you guys, trying my best to keep you guys up to date on all Bears news as it pertains to this NFL draft. Make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms. Make sure you share this episode of Kick on the Mic with every single Bears fan that you know. But other than that, back for all new Bears podcast right here on Kick on the Mic. Thanks, guys, and bear down.
You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't kick on the mic. You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't kick on the mic. You can go and subscribe, cause I be on it right. You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't kick on the mic.